Hi. Okay, just checking that I have sound. Videos coming through. Yes. Okay, cool. I had a problem earlier on where that was not the case. Sorry, I'm just going to throw on some music in the background. And I was just on the Matthew Berman channel, and he's awesome. Just want to say that. And he was demoing Autogen with Ollama. So, first of all, Autogen is bloody cool. And with Ollama, also really cool. But when you're running on PC, you cannot run Autogen with Ollama currently, or at least it's suggested that you can't. Okay, so I'm just making OBS Studio bigger for no reason. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, everything's working. Okay, I think so. Yeah, earlier on today I had an issue with my audio not recording, and I was doing a video where I had to do some push-ups. That's irrelevant. Okay, so you can see on the screen that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. Now we're gonna do something and get it up and running while we start. So let's just download another Ollama model, and we're going to start up PowerShell, and we're going to go into WSL-D Ubuntu. Now I installed this months back. I can't even remember how. It's not the hardest thing to do, but it's not the easiest thing either. And you have to use this if you're using Ollama. Okay, so let's just go to the Ollama website first of all and see what they have for us to use. So I want to use this guy, and I haven't used him before. So I'm going to check this first of all to see if this will work in Autogen. Now, let's just go to another window here. I've successfully got this working, so I will be using Light LLM. Now, Light LLM, I believe it's hosting the Autogen for us, and basically what we're going to do, since I've already installed it in a Conda environment on WSL, I have Conda, mini Conda, normally on Windows, but I also had to install it on Ubuntu, because I tried initially to run my mini Conda on Windows, and I'm sure it's possible, but somebody can do it, but I couldn't get it done in the time that it took me to figure out all this. So this is how I am currently. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Autogen that I set up. So Autogen on, creating a Conda environment is the same as normal. It's like create Conda, blah, 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 blah. You can check that out online really easy, and you just give it a name. But to activate it is different on Linux than it is on Windows. You don't go Conda activate blank, you go source activate Autogen blank. In this case, I called it Autogen. So I'm in my Autogen, and just for my own mental map, I like to go to the directory where my files are, even though there is absolutely no need. So cd Autogen, oh sugar, and then yes, there we go. So I got a couple of files in there. Anywho, so what we're going to do is we're going to run that up in the corner here, sorry. So LITE, Light LLM, and this is going to download a model for us, I believe, and I want it to be Deep-seeker. And if we go back to the website, it was Deep-seek Coder, and we want to take this one because my computer is not that powerful. And that's the whole point of this, is that these guys are capable of running on lower end machines. Now mine is not a useless machine, but it has 12 gigabytes of RAM on the G card, yeah, 12 gigabytes, and that's a 3080 Ti. So if you're running a 3090, you're sweet. I think it's 24 gigabytes of RAM. And if you're on a 4090, I think it has the same amount of RAM, but it runs faster. I'm not entirely sure because I don't like to look at better graphics cards than myself, than my own, because it makes me feel bad. Now, all of this can be run on a run pod, and it's a lot easier, but you're paying for it, and that's not what you want to do. Okay. Yes, it's wine and it's in the wrong kind of glass. Oh, actually, am I meant to say that on YouTube? I don't know. Anywho, it's not like I'm going to get anywhere with that. So, theoretically, that should have been running a download process. Llama runner stopped successfully. Didn't run for us. Okay, so we will forget that right now, and we will just go through the whole process and then we'll run it down afterwards. Okay, so right now I'm going to run Mistral, which is Mistral13b, and that's running on port 8000, and I'm running Codellama13b, which is really difficult for my machine, on port 35050, right? And I've got a Python script in the Autogen folder that I created, and it's almost the same as Matthew Berman's, but a little bit different, suiting my machine. I had an issue for ages where I made a mistake here and I put down the same thing twice. Not necessary, not good. Anywho, it's going to tell me a joke, and the results are not going to be astounding, and will run for a little bit, but let's just have a look. And that's if it works. Okay, why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tiered. Okay, I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. So this is Mistral 7B, a kind of conversational bot, an all-rounder, talking to a coding bot. And this is the server running on the side, showing you the back and forth messages between the coder, down here, and Mistral 7B over here. Now I'm running light LLM over here, but I'm not 100% certain if I should or shouldn't, but it's working, and somewhere I read said that it should. So it keeps on going back and forth, and the coder is trying to produce code for this, and now it's finished. Okay, so let's just have a look at kind of what it's done. So to solve this task, we need to perform the following steps. Read the jokes from the file and store them in a list. Select a random joke from the list using random choice function. Print the selected joke to the console. Here is a Python script that implements the solution. Import random with jokes. Let's actually just check if that actually went into the Autogen folder. Web joke.py is in there. There's no joke text, so I want to see what's in this. Okay, why did the scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Funny. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. God. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tiered. I actually don't get this joke. Yep, don't get it. Okay, and she looks surprised. Cool. So, with open joke.text. So, is that actually gone into the cache? Okay, I don't know. Okay. This script reads the jokes from jokes.txt file, removes any extra white space. Okay. So let's just try something. In Autogen, tell me a joke, right? Let's say write a file that will create the Mandelbrot pattern when I run it with Python. This should use OpenGL. Okay, I have a feeling that this is not going to work, and that's okay. Okay, it's taken my request, Just thinking about it. Now, the Mistral 7b should be the boss here, and I would assume that it would offload to the coder to create something. Yeah, coder's doing something. Thinking. Oh, look, okay. This code creates a window, 800 by 600, cool. Render, OpenGL, mental brought, it enters a loop. When it re-enters the scene using OpenGL. Okay, wow, okay. Okay. Now, I know the video says don't do this or whatever, and I agree. If I had a Mac, I would do this. I will never own a Mac. My wife owns a Mac, and that close to divorcing her sometimes because of it. I know she feels the same because I have a Samsung, but yeah. Anyway, it's just an ongoing joke in the family. No, if I had 100 users on looking at my web stream, I'm most likely going to have maybe one person or 1/10 of a person looking at the stream that owns a Mac, and yeah, they have already been put off by my voice or my acting or whatever I'm doing, or the slowness or the boredom of this. So sorry about that. So I've been told I should add a bit more personality to my streams, let people know more about me. So my name is Owen. I recently moved to Australia. I'm Irish. I lived in New Zealand for 15 years. I love the place. I miss the place. I think Australia is wonderful. I think Melbourne is fantastic. I currently don't have a job, so every night when the kids go to bed, I sit up late, looking at code, looking at new projects, trying to figure out new things, and keep abreast of the information that's going on in the world. Spend about 14 hours of the day minding my kids. I love them to bits. Sometimes I need a break, or I just need to go off and hit the computer really hard. Today I did a live stream, and this is another live stream, I know, but today I did a live stream of an apology to, I don't mean to do this, but an apology to YouTube, because during my time being unemployed, I've been trying to figure out a way to make my content grow, because my LinkedIn is growing, and I thought, oh well, if my LinkedIn is growing, maybe I can get my YouTube to grow. It looks like nobody on YouTube is interested, and that's okay, but I'm still making a repository of all the work that I do. What else? I apologize. I used to do Toastmasters, so I should be able to communicate, but it's weird just looking at the computer screen and just talking. I think that more people can do this than I'm aware. I think that I should be looking at myself, but I realize that I'm showing the whole screen, so this is confusing and you want to see what's happening, so I'm just not having it there. What else about me? I'm just waiting currently to see if we can get something up on the stream. And I'm not going to put this video up onto LinkedIn, so I'm just going to see what happens. It could be running for a little while. I read before that if you actually want to do well on streaming, you should be putting in 4 hours a day, every 3 days. Is it asking for the group chat? Select speaker failed to resolve the next speaker's name. This is because the speaker selection OAI call returned user proxy. Oh, okay. Your initial equation was wrong. I just used a similar way to find what is the remainder when 27 is divided by 3. What? Did it do anything? Okay, that didn't work. Let's give it something easier. write a Python script to show the Mandelbrot. Show the Mandelbrot. Don't stress too much. Just make something. Well, this is more success than I thought I was going to have, and I only really got it running, right? So, yeah, it'd be interesting probably to look at the RAM. So when it goes here, that's Mistral 7b, and when it goes here, that's Codellama. I know this because I've been observing it and I've used it for a while, but using it in this way is better than it has been before, which it should be. But I really wish that it was working for Windows, and I don't understand it. If Autogen is a Windows-based system, why is it that Windows doesn't have this coming out for Windows first? And I know they're working on Linux in the back end, but still, it's just, come on. It's making it finally the image is saved as a PNG called. Okay, so this is the manager. This is the Mistral 7b giving information for Codellama to do. Codellama is going, oh, I don't have PIL import image draw. I feel like if I actually installed a bunch of things first, it could be better at running. It's because the speaker selection. Okay, so that means it's just going to sit here again. If that's the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do PIL, install it next, right? But that looks like it could do it. Let's have a look now in a second, because that would be pretty cool. Oh, okay. Okay. I've also been told I should talk on my stream continuously, and I don't disagree. I understand. I watch YouTube and stuff like that, and I like Asmongold, and he seems to be a natural whiz at communicating with people, and yeah. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay. Here's an implementation in Python. Okay. I don't know what to do here. The function takes an integer and Fibonacci sequence. I did not ask for the Fibonacci sequence. I think reading through the results of these things is can be a bigger pain than anything. But let's just go pip install PIL. Oh man, okay. ChatGPT, there's your friend. Pip install PIL on Ubuntu. So I'm not a natural whiz at coding, and I don't think anybody is. If you're ever wondering about coding, there are people that can talk linguistically about every single function call and everything like that, and yeah, I admire those people a lot, but I do not have that ability myself. I either use ChatGPT, or I use Google, and the main reason is because I don't have ADHD, but I do end up having a lot of different interests, so I can't keep it all in my head in one time. What is bloody password? I guess I got it right. Okay. But for those of you out there that are much younger than me and watching me work, this might actually be useful to you. You'll surpass me easily one day if you put in a lot of time and effort, or just read instructions. I don't read instructions. I'm very bad at that. I tend to just kind of jump in, try it, then when I realize I can't do it, I read instructions. So let's go with the next one. Yeah. Mostly because you can spend so long reading instructions, it's a pain in the ass. Especially with my brain. I remember when I was younger, I was reading, when I say I was younger, I was 18 or 19, and I was reading The Hobbit, not a big book. It took me ages to read The Hobbit because I kept on sitting back and daydreaming about it. And then I went off and I started reading The Fellowship of the Ring. Biggest mistake ever. Loved it though, in the end. But it took me over a month to read something that would have taken somebody else like a week. Mainly because every time I read a sentence and Tolkien would read out something and I'd be like, wow, that's amazing. And I'd be daydreaming about it for ages. And I'd just go and live my life in that. And yeah. So let's have a look and see if this worked again. Because, oh, it actually gave me a PNG. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's actually kind of beautiful. I love it. Wow, that's so cool. I didn't expect that. Wow, okay. Okay, Codellama's not bad. I like it. And not Codellama. Yeah, Codellama as well. But I really want to run that Deep-seeker thing now. So I'll run that before we go to sleep. I go to sleep. Because it's 1:38 in the morning. I did not expect that. Okay. I expected a fail. It's always a fail. Ooh, what else could we run that we could test? Let's give Codellama is pretty good. Okay. What would be useful? What would be useful? That's what the biggest question about this kind of stuff is at the end of the day, right? You can have all these models. They can all do many different things, and we're going to be getting every model that ChatGPT has, and every model that anybody has out there, like Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, OpenAI, the Chinese ones that are meant to be very powerful. I can't remember any of their names right now because they're relatively new and not the highest end at the moment. But all of those are going to be coming out, and people are going to be able to glean how they work, make their own version of it, and it may not be as good at first, but like Codellama is about 6 months behind ChatGPT 3.5 and maybe 9 months behind GPT 4, and GPT 4 didn't even exist 9 months ago. So we're going to have the option of all these different things, and they're going to be better than what's currently being charged for. So you have these things like the auto, is it auto? I saved it the other day. The auto generation on GitHub. Generation. Generative agents, that's the one. Okay, this is really cool. I can show you a picture, you might know it straight away. Lame. Just go into the same, but that's the thing. This thing here. This is really cool, and it was expensive, and probably is still expensive, but you couldn't get it, and it only got released there a couple of days ago. And it's like a farm or a city or a village, and people live out their lives. Now I say people, but they're AIs, and they organize their own events, and they do a lot of simulations. Now imagine having like 100 run pods or servers, or every one of these guys has their own super powerful graphics card, and every one of them is a coder or a marketer or something like that. And imagine having millions of these, and then you simulate cities and lives and whatever. It's similar to the idea of us living in a holographic universe or a simulated environment like the Matrix or something like that. These guys will feel like they're in that. But let's leave that aside. They live in a 2D world. We could change it to a 3D world. We could keep on going like that, and we can create like anything we're currently aware of. But imagine giving them the Q-star algorithm that OpenAI has currently created, where they can start solving things not only faster than us, but better than us, and in mathematically, theoretically better than 99.999% of us currently. And then they start solving the problems about how they actually function, and they start doing things like what Google has just done this week, where they have created like 2 million or something new materials out with AI that could be used for multiple different things, like from medical stuff to technological stuff. Like the acceleration that we're going to go through is hyperbolic. I'll be honest, I didn't know what the word hyperbolic was until last year. I knew it was a lot. I knew exponential, kind of. I still think I do. Exponential is going like this, hyperbolic is going like this, and that's where the technology is going to go. Everything that I'm doing right now, by the time my kids, so my eldest kid is 4 and my youngest is 2, by the time they are my age, so 36 years from now and 38 years from now, if we're not held back by governments / corporate interests, which, to be fair, the corporate side of things is actually doing relatively good right now, in my opinion. Like OpenAI is expensive, but then they offered 3.5 and they're offering Whisper. Then you got like all these other businesses out there that are offering Ollama, then the open source communities like Meta. Like, okay, everybody hated Facebook like 5 years ago, and Mark Zuckerberg was like the android that people wanted to disassociate themselves with, and then he had his metaverse, and people thought, oh, that's really terrible. What are you doing? And you've got no legs, and you're creating something that looks like it's from 2004 on the Nintendo Wii. And between Elon Musk wanting to start a fight with them and giving away Ollama altogether, people have forgotten anything bad that Facebook has done, and they're focusing on all the cool stuff that he's offering. Now, it's not the #1 place for people to go working, but personally, and I probably lost the opportunity by making this video, but personally I actually think it's pretty cool. I think that what he's done is pretty overall good. Like, think about it this way. Metaverse, you don't like it, you hate it, whatever, but you add in the Google's material sciences, you add in like people like Michio Kaku that are creating lenses for your eyes, contact lenses that have computer screens in them. You have Google's map of the world. You're walking around with these things in your eyes, and I know this sounds dystopian to some people, but it's not. It's just something that's inevitable. We're heading in that direction, and whatever, I'm maybe losing track, but the agents, thinking about how we're going to use them / work with them / be led by them is extremely important, because it's coming. Your boss one day will be an AI. If you were 15 years of age right now, by the time you're my age, guaranteed your boss is going to be using AI to either track your work, help you with work. Universal basic income might have to be a thing, because there might only be 1 to 2 people in a company of 10,000 individuals. Who knows? And probably or maybe won't be the CEO. It might be the AI at Coca-Cola going, hey, we need to hire on a couple of humans. These guys actually know how it tastes to them, even though our research says that their taste buds should be enjoying it this way. They seem to like it this flavor. You know, anyhow. I don't know if I'm losing track, but that's why it's a live stream, showing more of my personality. Okay, I don't know what was created. I know I ran the same thing twice, so maybe it's in there, maybe it's not. Okay, so let's go off and run the Deep-seeker thing in the background. The reason I'm closing down these is not in my head. I don't think I actually need to close these down to download, and that would be a good test. So let's run them again. Keep that up, and keep that up. Let's just see if it's 41990, and let's run 3 things at once. I don't know why this one is the only one that needs to change. Let's have a look. I'm going to leave this one up. This is the server, and let's just create another PowerShell. Okay, so WSL -D. We got that up there. Now technically that's running, so I should just only have to run the information from here. And I want to run the smaller one. Now, all you have to do to get this to work is type in this. It knows I don't have it, and so therefore it starts downloading it. This is the best part about this. Now, apparently this is phenomenal. Now we're going to add in another one of these into this piece of code and just make it more interesting, right? So I don't know what the port is currently, but let's just copy Codellama and put that in there, and we'll call this Deep-seek. Okay, we'll change the port next, and we call it from the web page. That. So it should go here. Okay. Now we're going to need this, and we will go config Deep-seek, and we will take this one here and put that in there. Okay. What's wrong with this? Oh, okay, I see. Not closing. Oh, okay, that's cool. So, this is the part that confuses me actually. Okay, so we needed another one here. So we're just going to call it Coder1, because that's very imaginative. Okay, and we would, let's go here, comma, Coder1. Now, I'm going to be making a couple of more videos on this, mainly because there's a lot of other things that you can do. You can have retrieval augmented generation, which I have my own website that I created called Bunker Docs. Oh, come on, finish. Now, I love my website. Website's cool. Why is it looking weird today like that? And sign up with Google. The reason I created this is because I know most people out there can't actually do stuff online themselves, or either don't have time, and I understand that. And I needed another source of income. If you ever want to go and have a look at it, currently it's free. I'm as a $5 user, but you can be as a business user. If you go as a business user, you can go in and get an API key, and then you can use, I'm going to be adding it as a pip install later on, so you can do stuff in there inside of your own coding. So you can say drag and drop your files in here, turns it into a vector database. The vector database then can be used inside of your Llama or Ollama models, or in this case Autogen. So say I have one of these agents inside here called a librarian. That would be what I could do. I think that my computer is running really slow right now. I think it just also finished downloading, so it should run faster. Oh, it's nearly done. But yeah, you can also go in and say chat with your own bots. Okay, I'm not going to set that in front of you guys. But yeah, I can put in my vector vault. There's a lot running on my PC. You can add in, like I've been adding in US President speeches, and I can add in, say, Mr. Beast speeches, or librarian information for chat bots. Okay, so maybe I have a bunch of code that I want to add in for it to learn about. Then I go to my Google Drive, drag and drop, put it in there, name it, and then add the document, converts it into a vector database, and then you can actually talk to it through Bunker Chat after you set in your own OpenAI key. Because I'm going to convert this over to a Llama one at some point, or at least give you an option so you have a choice between them. But OpenAI was easy enough to set up. I only came over here 3 months ago. I've been making videos every night. I have a 14-hour day with kids, and yeah, there's only so much a person can do at any given time. So yeah, Bunker Docs, check it out. I'm hoping to do some cool stuff with that in the future, and including, like, imagine your own cards with like QR code cards or something like that, where you can hand out your CV and you'll have like a chatbot talk to somebody through a QR code scanner. If you ever see that out there and somebody else made it, they took it from me. But then again, I'm just taking this from, what's his face, Matthew Berman, and adding a bit in. Send a message. Okay, so write some code in Python that prints the numbers from 1 to 12. Cool. Does that, right? That was fast too. Okay, Control C. Control C. Use Control D or by /BYE. Okay. Now we wanted to run. Okay, let's take this. Oh yeah. Okay. What was it? List LM. I think it would be easier for me to Control C. Okay, cool. Let's give, that's not going to work. So the reason that's not going to work, Control X. Okay, maybe try Control C. The reason it's not going to work is because I'm not in my Autogen. So source activate auto. It might actually work. No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Do this. Hey, cool. 5233. 5233. 5233. Okay. So let's give it a different thing. I want the assistant to decide which version of Mandelbrot is better. compare, I hate my fucking fingers, compare coder 1 and coder results and save the resultant image. Make the image blue. Okay. Yeah, and we'll just leave it like that. Okay, cool. So that's up here, the boss, coder 1, coder, and me, Lite server, run again. Okay, cool. And you can see the results in here, I guess. And I want to be looking at the processor. So right now that's Mistral. Okay, wow. Coder version. Coder to chat. Here's my version. Okay, cool. User, that's me. This is the group chat that is set up. Assistant to chat. Okay. The assistant should be choosing between them. I don't see him being asked a question yet. Did I save that file? I did. Sorry, there's a lot going on, I know. Did I get this right? I did get it right. Okay. I did, yeah. Come on, I want to see Deep-seek's response. Don't know if I go in here. Nah, I can't see my chat. Ooh. Coder 2. Okay, get Mandelbrot. Okay, did anything get produced in the output? Mandelbrot. Oh, okay. Let's run that. I want to. Let's just run it from here and see what we get. Python, Mandel, DLE, DROT, -com, Parison, PY, LS. Ah, okay. I have no idea what's there. Okay, let's just run it from here and see what we get. CMD, not to make it any more hard. Python, Mandel. Oh no, right. Yeah, Mandelbrot. I thought it was Mandelbrot. Okay, right there. Let's try another test. So, back in here, there's probably some proper coders out there pulling their hair out, going, "Oh my God, he's such an idiot." I really don't. I do care. I'm sensitive. I don't want to suck. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's actually get rid of this guy and see what happens. Ask the coder to print, to save a Python script that prints numbers 1 to 15. Let's go back in here. We're not running in here. So now this guy should be running. That's actually what I want to see. Coder. There, did this guy even run at all? Coder 1. Did I get these in reverse? Don't think I did. Ollama. It seems like you have provided a Python code snippet that will print the numbers from 1 to 15 and execute this. Terminate. That's the other coder. Yeah, fucking exit. Why are you not running? It's interesting how it saves it sometimes and it doesn't other times. So Deep-seek is coder 1. So Deep-seek is meant to be running. And I'm happy to try and turn this off again and just go with Control C, 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 Control C. And it looks like it was actually doing something. Control C. Control C. Let's try it without that guy first of all. So we're going to start off Ollama serve. We're going to start off Mistral. Deep-seek. Okay. 25943. And Codellama13b. Shouldn't have started that. I'm not going to turn it off now. 43722. Okay. How do you get them to compete in Ollama or in here? So we will need coder again, and we need a task to get them to compete. Compare the output from both coders and rate their responses. Both are to create the same file called same file, same script. Same script, but saved in 2 files. Saved in 2 files. Output 1.py and output 2.py. The scripts should be first 50 Fibonacci sequences. Fibonacci numbers. I know that from somebody on the outside's perspective, looking in at a lot of these coders and how, including myself, write stuff, it's kind of not very imaginative. But you spend all day looking at this stuff and you're thinking to yourself, well, I've seen this example, I can compare it to something else, I guess I'm going to go and test that example. And that's actually what I'm doing now, kind of. If I could think of something else at 2 o'clock in the morning, I would. So group chat comes in, and that's what's happening over here. Compare the output. Okay, so coder 1 or coder comes out and says, hey, manager, this is how I would do it. And the system goes, yes, okay, assistant there. Come on. What the heck? Why? Okay, you don't need to do one of these guys. Did that break? I'm going to go in and remove its memory. This is where memGPT would come in useful. memGPT gives it the ability to remember what it did before and improve upon itself next time. So you add in memGPT, you add in RAG, you add in this Autogen, and you're getting something very powerful out of it all. Oh, there we go. Output 1, output 2. Still see this guy doing nothing. Coder was this guy. Coder 1. Ask coder 1 for input. Either way, this is good testing because it doesn't cost any money to test. And I like that, especially not having a job and needing one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It worked. Ooh. I like. This is because the speaker selection only I returned. Okay, cool. Ooh. Always leave on a success, guys. So after this, I'm walking away. But that's cool. I say, guys, the 4 people that will ever watch this. Did it actually create something? No, but it ran. Okay. How do you get them to run in competition with each other? That's a question. That's a question I'll come back to, and something that I'll figure out later on. And rather than just comparing it myself, and maybe I'll get a couple of managers, not just Mistral 7b, and it'd be nice to add in OpenAI into it too. Oh, print current date and time. I don't know why I started doing that stuff. But thank you very much for watching my stream. I hope I didn't bore all of you too much, and yeah, I will be making more stuff in the future. I'm a bit excited at the end.